Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? We are live on multiple channels today. Um, we are live on Instagram. If you go over to Instagram, you can see us at Landscapes by Acme today. We are live. We are also live over here on the YouTube and where is that little Facebook? So, good morning, everybody. This is Landscaping to the Point. We are talking about
Christmas cheer.
Yeah, Cher. Yeah, I'll talk about Cher. You want to talk about Cher?
No, not not Cher the singer.
Cheer. Yes.
Christmas
Yes.
cheer.
Yeah. So it's Christmas Eve, 2023. Tomorrow is definitely Christmas, so it's going to be a very good day. Hope everybody has everything wrapped, um, carded up, whatever you got to do to get their presents. We're going to talk some Christmas stories. We're going to talk about what you kind of give out presents wise. If you give out gift cards, you give out money, what do you do? So I'm going to let JC kind of tell me what kind of presents do you give out? Do you give out cards? Do you give out prep money? You give out presents? What do you give out to your family? I know you have I think you have a niece and nephew, right?
Yeah. Man. All right. So let me start off by saying this. I used to be into it a lot more. So whenever I gave out gifts, I tried to make sure that I'd give a gift that was kind of unique to each person.
Right.
And unfortunately, as the years have gone past and I've become a lot older, I've gotten a lot more lazy with my creativity. Um, and I think I do the usual, I don't think I know I do the usual scratch tickets, gift cards, and maybe like a sweater or something for like my dad. He's the most difficult person to shop for just because you don't know what to get him. And
Right.
but I used to like, man, I used to get so into it. I'd spend a whole like pretty much like a week shopping. Like I'd do all my stuff early. I'd wrap every single present. You know, I don't even have a Christmas tree up at my house. That's how lazy I've been getting. I'm like, what's the point? It's gonna be up for like 30 days and then I'm gonna take it down. So uh I do have a nephew and that's been a little better with him just because he's 7 now and he's really enjoying like kids should, Christmas time and expecting the gifts and all those nice things. So it's cool to give him the stuff that that you were excited for when you were a kid and know that the spirit is alive with him. So
Right.
that makes it all worth it.
Oh yeah, it does. I think giving presents to kids is a lot better. I'm kind of upset that you don't have a Christmas tree today.
No.
See, I
I, whoa,
really
whoa, whoa,
am,
whoa,
but
whoa. I have a Christmas tree. It's in the
oh, okay.
box.
It's in a box. Well, what's it gonna do in a box? You know
should
what I'm
should
saying?
I put it up today just for one day and bring it
Just
down?
for one day. Just one day. Just put it up. You
All
put one ornament on it, a little tree on, a couple little lights, and that's all you gotta do, right?
right. I'll post it on Instagram later. It's a really
Yeah.
it looks like
You
me. It's a
gotta
very
you
skinny
gotta
tree.
do it. Just that once, just to be like, hey, look, I put it up. So, if you'd like it, that's awesome. If not, I can't help you.
Ta-da.
It's there. But yeah, that's awesome. Um, I think it is one of those things. I mean, we over at our place, we always give presents to our kids. I think our oldest, always our oldest lately, he's getting to that age to where it's kind of like uh you hang it you give them half cash, half presents. Harrison Property Management over on Instagram says, JC, you should hang a Christmas tree freshener on the wall, or one of those tree fresheners on the wall. There you go. You could actually color some lights on it. Maybe put like cut like a little star and put it on top of it. That'd be cool.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. You know what would be a great idea? You know those tents that you like fold and they pop up?
oh yeah,
Like if you just had a Christmas tree that you would just like unfold and the thing would spring up. That
yeah.
see I
You
need
could just pull it out and put it up real quick and it'd be all set up. So that'd be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, our other two kids, we give kind of gifts. We do give some gift cards every year, kind of to places they like to go, just so they can have that ability to go out and say, well, I can get what I want when I want to. So it's a nice thing. Um, I always kind of grew up. My parents always, we had presents Christmas Eve, we had presents Christmas Day. So our family's big into presents, and my dad kind of got away from that probably about 10, 15 years. He was just like, it's so hard for me to pick for your kids and everything. So here's money. You go ahead and pack it up and give it to them. And they enjoy it because I think they can go out and buy what they want and they're not just like stuck with something and they're like, well, why did I get this? So that's always a good thing. So uh what what is the best Christmas present that you can remember as a kid that you got and that you liked?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one because, man, I look back and as a kid you don't realize it, but as an adult, like how great your parents were, man. They
Oh, yeah.
they uh, every Christmas I was satisfied, and like I didn't realize until becoming an adult how hard they actually worked to make sure that day was special for you. So like I don't want to be like you know safe and say every single Christmas gift I got was the best, but I don't know,
Well,
man.
it's safe to say that. So that way, your parents, if your parents ever listen to this, they don't come back
Ye-
on you and say, "Oh, you didn't, you didn't like that one gift."
Yeah. Wow. I have zero talent when it comes to music, but one year they gave me an electric guitar, and that was like super badass. It was like this black electric guitar with an amplifier, and I just messed around with it. That was a cool gift. I really enjoyed that one.
Oh, heck yeah! I think there was a couple that I was always excited for. I know one when I was really young, I was excited for the Nintendo when Nintendo came out,
Ooh.
and we got the first Nintendo, and it had Duck Hunt on it, and I sat there and I just played for freaking hours on it, and my parents got a video somewhere of me shooting the ducks, and my stepdad's like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm shooting these ducks, I'm killing them, and I said I cussed in it, and my parents were like, whoa, okay, like we need to cut back on this, and I was like, I'm just playing it, it was a good time, but I always got those presents, and I never hated anything that I got. I always liked everything that I got, and yeah, as I grew older, like I said, you got money and stuff, and gift cards weren't a big thing back when I was growing up, so it was like you got a present every time from everybody, and like I said, my family came up. I came up, we had a Christmas Eve party, pretty much all my family, and we go over to my grandma's, and pretty much you'd get present. Everybody would get a present from somebody. So it wasn't like you didn't get something. You got something then, and then you kind of went the next day and you still got more presents. So it was awesome to be able to say, hey, I got this what I wanted. You might get the sweater on Christmas Eve, but then the next day you're getting all the toys that you wanted, and you're not worried about like, hey, did I get that sweater yet? What's this box at? Is it the socks or the sweater or what?
Now
But
I
yeah,
love the sweaters and the socks. That's because I don't buy it for myself.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I would always get stuff, and I think that's the thing. And as you got clothes that you were like, okay, well, I didn't have to go out and buy it. Especially as you started to get older into the ages that you were like, oh, I have to go buy this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just it's I I feel like as I got older, it kind of got to the point, especially when I got married, we kind of started getting stuff that we could actually use, like a vacuum and dishes and stuff. And it was cool, but you kind of miss that childhood age of like, well, where's my toy? I want my toy. So, but yeah. So now you got away from Christmas. You don't hang Christmas stuff, correct? Or you got one Christmas thing in your house or
It's
anything?
it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I'm lazy. That's just really it. Like I love Christmas decor. I like seeing what other people put up. I'm gonna do it. I'll do
You'll
it.
do it. You'll
I'll
do it.
put it
Don't
up
worry.
one day. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I'll be
Just
so
all you
lazy
have to
that
do
I'll
is
leave it until March or something.
yeah. Well, my family, it's not. It's literally my youngest always wants the stuff up before Thanksgiving. We actually wait till the day after Thanksgiving, and then it's the tree. He helps put up the tree. He helps put up the lights on it. This year, they actually did everything. I didn't do anything except for bring it from the garage over. So they did everything. They decorated everything. They put the ornaments on. With having a puppy this year and a new kitten, we kind of like just didn't put a lot on it, but we still have a lot on it, really. We have boxes and boxes of ornaments. So it's like there's so much that you can put on it, and it's kind of like it gets way over full real quick. But this year they put a lot on it and kept it to where nothing's gonna get knocked down. And every time the cat goes by it and the dog goes by it, I'm afraid it's gonna get knocked over. But luckily nothing's happened yet. And tomorrow's Christmas, so we're good, So yeah, but I mean we have tons of stuff. This year, I think this year is the first time I haven't put any lights outside though. Usually I put a light outside on the Christmas pole, kind of make like a tree off of the flagpole and a couple blow ups, but I didn't put any of that out this year. So I think my neighbors are probably like pissed at me because I'm the only one that like down the street that doesn't have lights.
See, I never understood this. And maybe it's because the fact that the lights will like wear out in time or could freeze or whatever the weather. But
Right.
if you hang lights on your house, can't you just leave them on there and then only turn them on when Christmas time comes?
So there, we have a couple clients that actually leave them in the trees. I do know of one that actually had them up on his house, and he actually left them on his house all year round. So, and pretty much what it was is, I know like some of the lights in the tree don't come on, so it's like it's just a matter of just going back and putting in new light bulbs. But yeah, over time you're gonna have to change that out. And I noticed the one guy who had him in his tree, he kind of had us take him out the one year just because it kind of hang down low, the cord hangs down low, and then when cutting and stuff, it got destroyed. So it was
Yeah.
like he was like, okay, just take it down, we'll get a new one eventually. But I think there is no problem with leaving them up, and or instead of taking them down, as long as they're going to keep working. I mean, yeah, that tree's going to expand, so you might have to readjust them. But I've seen people now to where they're doing all kinds of lighting for houses, and they're actually taking the lights and they're on an RBG system to where they can actually leave those lights up year round and actually change them for Christmas. They can change them for anything else. I know we do lighting, and so one also thing we can do is we have little like clear lenses that are green and blue and red, and you can actually go through and put them in, the lights, some of the uplighting, so that way you can change that. So I've seen a lot of customers that do that too. So it's easier to keep that way if you wanted to, instead of having to hang up, but there's still a lot.
Even some of the newer things, like people are using spotlights that have like that color to them too, to shine like on one whole side of the house. It accents the obviously the lights that you hang as well too. But I've never done that. Again, I do remember as a kid when my parents would drive us around to like all these neighborhoods where people would decorate their house like really extravagant, and it was a cool sight to see as a kid, like all the colors, and just the amount of effort people spend on that. It really is pretty cool.
I think the ones that are really cool is, I don't know if you guys have them out there, but we have some out here that they get a radio station and they do a light show to certain songs. Them are awesome. I just seen one on Instagram not too long ago that they literally had the whole like kind of Star Wars saga going through all the lights in the house and shooting like pictures of like the Jedis fighting, stormtroopers. It was cool. Then the guy said in the comments that it takes like 30 minutes to run through the whole system. So literally, people stop and sit there for 30 minutes and watch this light show. And I'm like, that's cool. I mean, that takes some time to actually put it together,
and money.
And money. Yeah. I mean, you're talking, if you're running a whole house system like that, it's probably going to take probably $1,000, $2,000 a month to run that. It's just that's amazing. I give it to those people that actually do that. I mean, that would be something I would probably do, but I would have to make sure I have like some kind of solar system or something, or have my own power grid or something. Jeez, you know. So, what was one of the favorite memories that you can think of when you were kind of growing up, like that you kind of enjoyed as you grew up?
Not specifically, but I guess one of my favorite things, like I was really big into like WWF. I guess now you call it WWE wrestling,
Right.
and I loved like the ring and the action figures, not dolls, action figures. Um, and I'd always get a few of those for Christmas, and I just remember like waking up in the morning, Christmas Day. There were times I woke up on Christmas Eve morning and thinking it was Christmas and like looking under the tree for presents, and it was like I had to wait one more day. But
Right.
playing with those, man, that was cool. I wish I still had them because I bet you they'd be worth quite a few bucks right now. Like all
Oh,
my
heck
old
yeah.
toys when I had, like you were talking about the Nintendo and even like sealed product for that stuff, like an old Nintendo was still in the box. It's like worth thousands of dollars, man. It's ridiculous. But who would have thought as a kid all those things? But yeah, memories. I remember it over here. There'd be a lot more snow
Yeah.
during this time of the year. I mean, we would have like 2 3 feet of leftover snow and mounds and stuff, and Christmas morning after you open up your presents and you eat breakfast and whatever, you go outside and you play with your new toys, and it'd be snowy out. It is quite crazy how the weather. I mean, right now I think it's like 45 degrees outside, and my grass is still green.
Yeah.
It's middle of December.
It's a
End of December.
totally different thing this year. I mean, I know it's the last couple of years it's been like that, and yeah, I do remember that growing up where there was snowstorms. I remember one year, I think the first year me and my wife got married, literally, I had started my business, but we had pretty much got like 6 inches of snow that day, and it was like I had to stop in, say hi, bye, and grab my presents and go plow. And my family knows that, but it's just like now, like here we got 60 degrees today and 60 tomorrow. So it's just like you said, it's just weird. It's just the opposite of what you're used to,
Yeah.
having all that snow when you're growing up to just now having like nothing. You're like,
Yeah, I
whoa.
mean, Christmas ain't Christmas without snow. As much as I hate snow, I despise it. Christmas is not Christmas without snow.
At least an inch would have been good, just one
Yeah,
little inch, and then so something you can see outside and think of Christmas. But I mean, think about if you were in like Florida, you'd never have snow down there. Like, so, I mean, I know a lot of people from different areas, like Pablo and all that never see snow for Christmas. So it's like, I don't know how they deal with it. Like, that's got to be weird.
they decorate
Um,
palm trees. That's a real thing.
yeah,
They bring in like a palm tree and as a Christmas tree.
yeah. Now, Phil's watching us now, and
So Phil,
what's up, Phil? And he's got snow up there. I mean, he's got a ice rink in his backyard. I mean, do you ice skate? I don't. I don't ice skate. My brother and sister do, but I don't ice skate. So, what about you? Do you ice skate? Would you do it if you had all that room to put up a nice rink like him? He's got two, and that's just amazing. Like to have two ice rinks in your backyard and live front yard.
I don't know of any Puerto Rican NHL players, unless there's one. But I we tried it as kids. That's all I'll say. We tried it once.
He says he has ice, but no snow. He said the first melted, so all the snow melted. So he's got ice. So that's good. You got ice. Oh, there's none. He said, "Oh, see. I would love to have an ice rink. I, I couldn't. I don't skate. Like I'd fall on my butt left and right, and that's
See, I figured as you as someone that would skate.
yeah. I mean,
Do you roller
I
skate?
skateboard. I don't ice skate. I skateboard, but I think I just kind of grew up more skateboarding, and my brother and sister grew up more into hockey and ice skating. I mean, if I had one, I know my brother and sister would be here and like nonstop. That's more of their line of thing, especially with my sister being a ice skater, and my brother growing up hockey like left and right. Like it's I don't know. I got out there a couple times and I fell and I was like, yeah, no.
I was more of a
Just
sledder. I like to sled.
yeah, sledding, toboggan, maybe tubing. I mean, I love tubing on a tube all the way down a hill with a bunch of snow. But yeah, ice is just a different game for me. I just no, I can't do it.
So what do you want for Christmas this year?
What do I want for Christmas? Just for everybody to be happy. I mean, I kind of already I buy stuff. Me and my wife buy our stuff kind of throughout the year when we want it, and so literally, we just get each other something small. I got her something small. I think she got me something small, but it's not like we go out extravagant and just buy something big. We used to do that and we kind of just got away from it because of building the house, trying to pay off stuff, and then it's just like when we see something, we're like, oh, we should get that, and then we get it, and then it's just like, okay, well, Merry Christmas. So, when I bought her car this year, I was like, okay, Merry Christmas, and
In
she's
April.
like, it's my birthday. Well, it's your birthday and your Christmas, it's all in one, I try to put it all together, so yeah, it's like we don't expect much. And then our kids, we just tell our kids, just buy us something small. I know my kids know what I like candy wise and all kinds of that and drinks and stuff. So they usually get me some candy or something to eat that they know that I love to eat. So I mean, I always like that. I know my in-laws and my dad doesn't give me but a couple bucks, so I'm not worried about that. I usually just go ahead and spend it wherever I need to. My in-laws give me a gift card, usually to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I go and spend it on stuff for the house, really. So it's like you get that kind of stuff. What are you looking forward to for Christmas?
I'm gonna end up buying it for myself. Not right now, but I want a Harbor Freight toolbox.
Ooh, they are nice. I'll tell you what. I got two blue ones. I got the rolling cart one, and I got a taller one. They are very nice.
Yeah, I think it's a 56-inch
Okay.
cabinet one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
them are
In
nice.
case anybody's shopping around, Yeah.
They should have, dad shopping lists at Harbor Freight for
Yeah,
Christmas.
they have gift cards there at Harbor Freight Tools too. So,
They're
slide
very
in my
nice.
DMs,
Yeah. What color would you go for? I mean, not
white,
only got
white with black trim. Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Yeah, that
See
would
how
be
quickly
very
I
nice.
answered that?
You're like, I got it down. I already know. I already picked it out. It's
Yeah.
sitting there. It's just waiting for it to be bought.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now that for us adults, I mean, that's our toys, like tools, equipment. There's a whole different thing. It's not like our little toys when we grew up. I mean, you had WWE. I was into GI Joe nonstop. So I mean, literally, I still have my GI Joes. I did lose some, but I still have a crap load, and I just the rubber bands, they just break, so you can't turn around and sell them like you used to. So like that's just it's amazing how much things have changed from when you were a kid to now. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, that's a great subject, man. That's a great subject. Christmas movie.
Now this is called Christmas Story, so I'm assuming you're going to say Christmas Story.
No, I mean that's a good one. That's a
Oh.
great one. That's a great one. Man, I'm gonna have to go with just the first Home Alone, and
Okay.
only because, man, I don't. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so movie theaters wasn't something that we would go to much at all. Really,
Right.
I that's why I was never much of a movie buff until I got older. But my uncle brought my sister and I, and it was such a treat to go to the movie theater for us, and he took us to go see Home Alone, and I think he did so because he took his kids first, and he thought it was they must have had a good time, and he's like, oh, I'm going to bring my niece and nephew, and I remember going to the theater for that, and just how much I loved watching that movie, and yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that one either tonight or tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've watched that like about 5 times in the last 2 weeks. Um, my son youngest likes to watch that. So we watched that already a couple times. Here's a question for you and our audience, if anybody is listening. I know there's a couple people on Instagram, a couple people on YouTube today. What is the name of the company that they work for, the thieves work for, that come and try to steal, that's on their side of their
Oh
van?
man, I know it was like some kind of plumbing thing.
Yes, it is a plumbing thing.
Wow.
We'll give a couple minutes here and let's see if anybody can answer that, if they know what it is. If not, I'll go ahead and tell it. But yeah,
Because they were called the Wet Bandits.
the Wet Bandits. Yes,
Yeah.
they are called the Wet Bandits. And then I think that was pretty cool how they called it the Wet Bandits, because he put the stock in the thing and turned all the faucets on, trying to flood the house.
It's his trademark.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't put like a calling card, or I would have put a calling card in the mailbox, like, "Here,
Yeah.
call this," like an advertisement, so maybe they'll call you. You get double the work out of it. You stole from them, and then you turn around and you get business from them for fixing their plumbing.
What were their names? One was Marv, and the other one
Marv and
was
Harry.
Harry.
Marv and Harry. So yeah, that they were pretty cool. So if nobody's got any figure out what it is, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. So the name of the company was OOH and then KAY. OK Plumbing and Heating.
That's clever. I
That
never
is
noticed.
very clever.
I never noticed that. Never
Yeah.
noticed that.
A buddy of mine, one of my workers, he actually put in for. They were looking for a quiz type question to put out there on the radio. So he called the radio and told them, and they went and used it. And there was people calling in left and right, couldn't figure out the name.
That's
So it was
awesome.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, I never would have known unless.
Yeah.
It's like those. You don't pay attention to that. In the movies.
No, you don't pay attention to this, and I think that's why a lot of these movies, you now I'm starting to get into it to where I pay attention more, and then it's like somebody will say something, and I'm like, okay, I got to go back and rewatch this movie, because now I got to see where they were talking about this little part they were saying about. My Christmas movie. I do like the Christmas Story. I actually like the newer one that they just came out with, A Christmas Story. That's a lot better. But I really don't. I'm not really totally all into like Christmas movies. I mean, Christmas wise, we watch a lot of them at this time of year. The most that we kind of watch is the Grinch or the Elf. So I'd probably go with like the Grinch or the Elf, just because that's what we watch. Like I said, we watched Home Alone 5 times. White Christmas we watched about 2 or 3 times. So we've watched a lot of Christmas stories.
You know which one I hate, and I really do. I'm sorry if people freaking love it. I can't stand it. It's the stupid Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one. Like
The old ones, the old cartoon ones
with the plushy animal thing and the stupid elf and the
old what do you
snowman.
call that? Old animatronic.
Yeah, man, I hate I enjoy hating it.
I would like the one with when I was growing up, I loved the one with the heat miser in it. I always loved the heat miser and
Yeah,
the big heat guy. That
yeah.
was the only part I would love out of all those movies. Like I would want to just watch that part, and then I'd walk away and just leave my parents to watching it. It's like, okay, there you go. See you. I'm gonna go do something else.
There's just a lot of stupid, and then I cannot. Oh my god! With a passion, I cannot stand Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" song. I never liked that song. I never I'm getting upset about it just talking about it. I don't like that song. So stupid.
I think there's a lot of them out there that are stupid Christmas song wise. It's just they're like, really? Why did you sing this?
So annoying. Great.
Do you make any Christmas cookies? I know we were talking about off the air that you got a lot of stuff to cook. So do you make Christmas cookies?
I'm not a good baker. No, I like to eat like your daughter's freaking fudge Oreo, whatever they are. Those things are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yes. There's a lot of cookies that are made here at this household. Definitely from my daughter to my wife. I think we've gone through already probably 24 of the cutout cookies, frosted. We have pinwheels, we have whirly jigs, we have Hungarian stars.
You could make moon pies, whoopie pies, whatever you call those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're good too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we've gone through a lot, and it's just like I think nonstop of that. Also, just cooking wise, I mean, cooking wise is a lot to cook over at our house. I mean, every holiday like that, it's kind of like a nonstop cooking wise. We are going to cook ham. We're cooking kielbasa tonight with sauerkraut and noodles. We got potatoes. We got biscuits and gravy for breakfast. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Now, are you doing that Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
Tonight we're doing just kielbasa and sauerkraut and meatballs. So that's just tonight, and then tomorrow, then we're gonna have ham, turkey, all kinds of different things, biscuits and all kinds. I mean, it's literally from we wake up, it's nonstop cooking. So I mean, we cook till probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, almost. Just all the stuff. What about you? I see you have a lot of stuff that you're gonna cook. I seen on Instagram. What are you cooking for Christmas, or is it Christmas Eve?
I got options for both. So,
Ooh.
I'm spending Christmas by myself this year.
Okay.
Not a bad thing. My
No.
mother is in Puerto Rico, so she went to go visit her family down there, and then I'm gonna swing by my sister's house for a little bit, and then just for the most part. But anyways, I went yesterday. I did some grocery shopping, and I went to Boston, and I went into this Japanese market that I found, and they have Wagyu beef, and quite expensive, but it's really, really good stuff. So I bought some of that. I'm going to cook that up. I haven't decided yet, because I also have this really big ribeye steak that I bought this morning. So I don't know if I want to have the Wagyu today and then the steak tomorrow morning, or have the steak tomorrow morning and have the Wagyu tonight. But nonetheless, I'm cooking that up. It's going to be phenomenal. And then one thing I'm doing that I've already started on yesterday is I've never seen all the Fast and Furious movies like in order, or maybe I've seen like 2 or 3 of them, but I haven't seen all of them. So I started yesterday in order, and I'm trying to like slowly just chip away at a little mini marathon with watching those. And I think a few years ago I did the whole I've seen Star Wars. I've done the Star Wars in order again as well too, and that was pretty cool. So that's something I enjoy doing for Christmas.
That sounds awesome. I think I'm gonna come over to your place. I think I'm hopping on a first airplane and come get that steak. I mean, that steak sounds great. That would be. I don't know. Like, I think that would be good either way, either for Christmas Day or for Christmas Eve night. I mean, that just sounds so good. I mean, everything you sound like you're cooking is just awesome.
Yeah, and then I got the fixins. I got the mashed potatoes I'm making. I got the veggies, the rice.
I seen, you had everything to go that whole Chinese route, and that's just so awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot there. That's a lot of good food there, guys.
I'm
definitely.
excited.
You're gonna need somebody to come over and help you eat it all. So
see, I'm gonna have so much time that I'm gonna need to cook that I can't put the tree up.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Harrison says go ahead and put that air freshener up. I think that's what you got to do.
I've seen someone take those little Debbie Christmas tree cakes like online, and they put it in the corner of the wall. Like, yeah, I got my Christmas tree up.
Yeah, just you zoom out a little bit and be like, look, see. It's there. Your dog might eat it all. That's the thing.
Yeah, that'll be his Christmas gift. Yeah.
Did you get any toys for him or treats for him?
Oh man, that's a sensitive subject, man. I feel bad, so I'm gonna make people cry right now. He was supposed to go in for surgery for his cataracts, and my intention for that was to give him his sight back as a little early Christmas gift, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the surgery done because they did a pre-surgery test and they determined that his right eye had zero activity on the retina, and then his left eye had like 43% activity. So it had to be over 50, of course, on each one. So he's not a good candidate for it. So that was like $5,000 that I would have spent on him.
Right.
So I don't have, that bill now.
Right.
So I did go all out on him. I bought him like this new bed. I bought him like a couple collars and some toys, and I kind of pimped out his little crash pad a little bit. So he's gonna get that for Christmas at the very least.
That is awesome. That's very awesome. I mean, we bought toys for all ours, treats. I ended up going the other day and spending another, I don't know, like $40 on toys for our 2 dogs. So, I mean, let's just say I just kind of went all out this year for our animals. I think I bought more for my animals than I did my kids. So, so I mean, it's just I think you got to take care of whatever thing you have, animals or kids. Get them the presents. Get them what they want if you can. I think that's the main thing. I think I think it's more the times that now I think we kind of just say, what do you want? And I pretty much put the Amazon in front of our kids and say, pick what you want, put it in the cart, pick enough, and we'll go through it and pick what you want. So they kind of already know, like, oh, it's ready. It could be there, it could be this. But I think that's the easiest way anymore. Like, especially as your kids get older, it's easier to make sure that they're happy and they get what they want.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we forgot to mention the reason why Josh isn't on the podcast today. So as many of you guys, this is for all the viewers out there, as many as you all know, Josh really depends on the snow season to bank on some money. So things have gone through a little bit of hard time since we haven't had any snow. So Josh is currently at the mall, dressed up as an elf, assisting Santa for the photos on the kids. So he's kind of making do with some of the part-time work that he does at the mall. He has a whole little elf outfit that he wears, and so he's doing that. Unfortunately, he was not able to come on live with us today, but we hope to see after the Christmas season that he could come back on again.
Yeah, Josh, just remember you have to be calm around the kids. You can't yell at them, okay? And no pushing the kids down the slide, okay? Just give them the lollipop or the candy cane and put them on Santa's lap, and then let them take their picture and get them out of there, okay? Don't yell at them.
Yeah,
Nicky would be the one that yells at him.
Get out of here, kid! He got in trouble last year for trying to put mistletoe on top of people.
Top of the moms. Come here, mom.
You can find him at the Auburn Mall in Auburn, Massachusetts, if you're looking for a photo.
People are going to be calling him up, trying to find him.
Yeah,
very interesting. Well, yeah, we know that. Have you ever been in a Christmas play? Let's go on that one.
No, never.
No Christmas plays.
No, I mean, in elementary school, I guess those stupid concerts that they make you go up in front of like school, and I've done not as an individual. I've gone up with my classmates and done that, but I've never done a play period at all. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think anything best Christmas being in elementary too either. I don't know, especially Christmas ones. I don't know. I don't want to plan on going to see a play either. So I mean, I could rather just watch the movie. That's fine with me.
One thing I did a few years back, and it was with the wrong person that I went with, but the memory alone was cool. Aside of that. Went to New York and I went to see the Christmas tree, and then went to see, was it Music City or whatever, where the Rockettes do the Christmas extravaganza, whatever you call it. That was kind of cool. Yeah, it was a cool time. It was cold, very, very cold in New York, but I got to see the tree and then the Rockettes and kind of experience somewhat. That was the most Christmassy I've ever been.
Yeah.
But
that's very good. I mean, we kind of go to our zoo has a lot of lights. It's one of the highest lights shows in the country, but it's I mean, I've been there a couple of times, and they have a huge tree. I think it's like 60 foot tall with lights on it. And that's pretty cool to see when you have a tree in there. I mean, the one in Rockefeller Center in New York would be awesome to see actually, because I hear it's amazing to see.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Do you leave cookies for Santa?
We used to, and I don't know if we'll do it this year, but the kids kind of know that Santa comes and he drops presents off. So I don't know if they'll do it, but I always make sure that they always leave them milk. We leave carrots for the reindeer, and then they always give them like an energy drink or Mountain Dew, just because Santa needs to have that extra energy. Because yeah, sugar's good for him, but he needs something else too. I mean, he's got to keep awake at the wheel. He's gotta make
Josh
sure-
leaves them edibles.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Knowing Josh. Here's a special gummy.
Yeah,
See you later.
This will keep you up all night.
Yeah, I think it just depends. I mean, I think we've always had our kids make a letter up to them too. So have them write up a letter and leave it. Do you leave a letter and do you leave cookies out?
I leave cookies out.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you
It
do
starts
that,
off with like 10 cookies, and then it ends up with like 3. Like,
yeah.
I walk by it and I grab one. I'm like, oh, Santa doesn't eat all this. He has a million kids giving him cookies all night.
It's a lot. It's a lot of cookies if you really think about it. Like tens of millions, probably. Kids out there, like, oh, look at all these cookies. I mean, no wonder he's fat. I mean, really think about it. Like, he's got to really work out. Like, he's got 12 months to work out until he comes back, and then eat. Like, I'm glad and I'm glad he doesn't have like allergic reaction to lactose or anything like that. Like,
Santa's gluten free.
yeah. But he's probably got all kinds of different things. I mean, I can just imagine different countries put out different things for him, and that's just amazing to have all that going on. Do you ever track him?
I have. It's that app there. It's like Nord Track or something like that.
That's by NORAD. Yeah,
it's pretty cool actually.
It is pretty cool. That's really cool to watch.
It gives you like the coordinates on the globe and everything. Like, it's actually pretty awesome.
So now, what if that was? I'm gonna just sit up one night and just watch that when he comes by, and see if he comes to my house and actually comes to my door.
It's quick.
I'm gonna track him. I'm gonna catch him.
He's quick, man. Like as soon as you refresh the app, he's somewhere else different in the world.
I know. He just bounces around. That's just amazing how fast he bounces around.
Yeah, he has root density.
Yeah. That he's the best landscaper and lawn guy ever. Because look at how close his customers are.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
His sleighs are Gravely.
Yeah. Yep. That's why Fred.
Gravely should capitalize on that as an advertisement.
They should
have a zero turn as a sleigh,
and
and then the reindeer in front, and have the gifts. Like the bagging system would be the gifts in the bag.
Oh yeah, see, you got that on. Somebody's gonna come up with that now for next year. I see it.
X-Mark, Toro. Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, somebody's gonna do it. Yeah. So what movie do you think is not a Christmas movie, but they say it is? Like they say Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I seen somebody say Rambo First Blood was a Christmas movie, the original Rambo, because it was around Christmas time. Because if you watch the one scene where he gets arrested by the cop in the police station, there's a Christmas tree and like all kinds of Christmas stuff out. So they said that's a Christmas tree movie. Do you think they're really Christmas movies or not?
I like the Die Hard theory. Yeah, I would go more. So I don't know about Rambo. I would go more for Die Hard as a Christmas movie than Rambo. I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer should just be deleted.
Oh,
no kid.
they're gonna come back out. They're gonna make a new. They're gonna make a new one. Don't worry.
No
Give me
kid should be subjected to that torture. It's just a bad.
Carrie
movie.
Underwood's gonna sing in it.
Yeah, yeah. Taylor Swift. Oh my God, That's just. I'm so tired of hearing her too.
Michael Bublé.
I'm a Grinch, huh?
I think we all are.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, there are quite a few. I'm trying to think of like all the movies they rerun all day long. Now, here's one thing I don't see. Let's jump forward, and I do like it, but I never understood the whole Three Stooges marathon on New Year's Day.
I have no idea why.
Like, why did they choose the Three Stooges for a marathon?
I don't know, because it's happy. It's new. It's not new, but it's like happy, and they want be funny on New Year's.
Are you a Seinfeld fan?
Not totally. I mean, I've watched it. Not totally a total fan of it.
I have a friend who is like he made it a fairly new tradition within the last maybe 5 years. There's an episode of Seinfeld called Festivus.
Yes,
and
for the rest of us.
It's supposed to, like, the theme behind it is the day before Christmas Eve. Festivus is when people say what their grievances are, and there's like a grievance pole as opposed to a Christmas tree. And so he makes his family watch it. They all sit on the couch and watch. And I've seen the episode, but I thought that was kind of funny. So do you guys have any like family traditions you do?
Just besides, I mean, we watch White Christmas. There's a couple other movies that we watch always at this time. But I mean, literally, getting up and watching the parade in the morning, opening presents. It's usually like we open presents, make breakfast, start getting the dinner stuff going. We always have biscuits and gravy for breakfast. We have fruit pizza for breakfast, some cookies, kind of just, and then just kind of lounge around in our PJs till pretty much time people come over, and then just kind of have food and enjoy the rest of the day and have more presents.
Do you drink?
So kind of like that, I mean, we used to go, my family used to have separate, well, besides Christmas Eve, they used to have Christmas Day at a different one of my aunts or my dad's house. So they used to do that. So we used to do that, but since my aunts have gotten older, my dad's gotten older, they kind of got away from it. So they just kind of come over to our place. So it's kind of like, family just keeps coming around. I mean, it's just, I kind of grew up, like I said before, where it was like, everybody met together for Christmas Eve. Everybody met all day for Christmas. So it was kind of like one of those big things to where, Christmas used to be hours upon hours. And now, now it's like, okay, we spend some good time with them, and, they enjoy the time that they get to spend with the family. So that's a good thing. So
do you drink at all? Any alcohol for Christmas?
I try not to. I used to. I've kind of gotten away from drinking a lot, so I'm not that big of a drinker anymore. And I think that's just kind of, as me getting older, just isn't like, hey, I need to drink, So one of the things that our family used to drink was the wine, the Boone's Farm wine. That, that was one of the things that they enjoyed having. My aunts enjoy having it. My grandma used to enjoy having it. My dad would have a couple of glasses that would go around. A couple bottles would go away real quick at the family party. So, yeah, that was one of those things but now I'm just kind of like, nah, it's not one of those things that I need to just sit there and drink. I can have my, water right now. I drink a lot of water. I've been drinking a lot of water for years now. So, I mean, I kind of would sit there and drink water, and just, like I said, we kind of veg out most of the time and watch movies, listen to music. That's one of the good things. I mean, we love to listen. The kids love to listen to Christmas music, and
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I like to change things. Yeah.
I heard Phil likes Mariah Carey music.
Yeah, he might. He might. He dropped off already, so I mean, he might. Maybe he'll rehear it. So, Phil, if you like Mariah Carey, nod once. Okay.
Paul Kamara likes Mariah Carey
Yeah,
music,
Paul Kamara does too. Yeah.
and
But yeah,
Josh
I mean,
likes
it's
Taylor Swift music.
Josh he bangs
He's a
Taylor Swift.
Swiftie.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, any special traditions you do with your family? Is it different being Puerto Rican? Is it a different type of Christmas?
No, it's I'm super Americanized. We I mean we have Three Kings Day, which is
Okay.
like January 5th, I think. But we've never really celebrated. It's more of a thing in Puerto Rico, and it's
Okay.
kind of phasing out. Like it's more of a like if you live in the very rural areas in the countryside, it's more traditional there. But no, I think it's across the board. We've done pretty much what a basic traditional family does on Christmas. Like you were saying about visiting family as we
Mhm.
grow up, like we all move out and live on our own, and just I think it becomes more of a hassle to like go from house to house to house to house, and that sometimes could be an inconvenience for people. Especially like Thanksgiving, like you just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
want to eat and just chill.
That's one of those days, yeah.
You know,
I always hated that day having to switch from house to house because you already ate at one house and then you gotta go eat at another house. Or otherwise, they're like, "Why didn't you eat?"
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a I didn't realize how stressful it could be to host.
Hmm.
Like making sure the food comes out on time and making sure the food's cooked properly and just like serving everybody and
Yeah.
and making sure you have enough food and not too little and making sure
Yeah.
everyone's having a good time and
It's a lot. Yeah.
cleaning your house and cleaning afterwards.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot. I mean, we host a lot of the family stuff. Like we're doing Christmas tomorrow. So, I mean, we kind of get used to it. Um, you kind of get in that mode, I guess. We get kind of in the cleaning mode a week ahead and just kind of making sure everything's ready. Um, I might say that dinner's ready at 2, but you come over if dinner's not ready at 2. Hey, we're just gonna sit and talk, and presents don't get open until after dinner. So it's like it's one of those things. It's it is stressful. Definitely hosting a party like that, a Christmas party or a Thanksgiving party, but you just kind of make sure you have food. If you don't have enough food, okay, we ran out. That's fine. That's fine. We just move on. But it's just matter of making sure you know how many people are coming, and you try to guess that you're gonna have everybody show up. And yeah, sometimes they don't show. Especially with my family, sometimes they'll show up later or earlier because they got to go somewhere else, and that's fine. You come when you can. So it's more of like, hey, this is the time frame. Come at this time frame, and if you ain't here, no problem. Let me know. So it's one of those things. It's fun. It's a very fun time, but
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, but still, yeah.
yeah. I think the worst one to have is like a New Year's Eve party. My dad used to always have the New Year's Eve party, and I think that was always the one that was always the hardest. I think because you have people come over at a certain time, but then you're having them stay past the midnight, and then you're like, okay, all these people have to leave, and they're all drunk. So it's like that's one of them things that I think it was always a nerve wracking for him. Having to make sure he has enough alcohol, having enough snacks, coming up with ideas because he'd always want people there like 8:30. So it's like a big long commitment of being like, okay, here's 5 hours that I got to make sure that I have something planned to do for 5 hours. That was always, I think, the one that always stressed him out a little bit more.
Plus, too, like there's a point where you want to go to bed and you can't
Yeah.
because everyone's still at your house.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember sometimes being over there and people would be over till like 2:30 in the morning, and you're like, what? I'm trying to go to sleep here, because it was like, okay, midnight after midnight hit, it was like, okay, kids, go to bed. Like whoever's kids was there, like, hey, go find a room, sleep with somebody, until it's time your parents are ready to leave, and it was like, what, like, I don't want my cousin sleeping in the same room as me right now. I'm just trying to go to bed, like,
I love the people that are like, "New year, new me," and they get annihilated. And like
yeah,
the very first day of the new year, they're they're
they're
hurt
just
completely.
hurting and out of
What's
it,
the
and you're
point of
like,
that? Like, great
yeah,
start.
yeah, it's not good. It's
Yeah.
not good. Believe me. Yeah. But, well, this was a good episode. Josh, thank you for being an elf for the Christmas time. JC, thanks for being on. Come back next week. Me and JC will be on next week at 8 p.m. We are going to have Alex on. I think we're going to have Sibs and Co. come on. And maybe Josh will join us. I mean, he can't be an elf too much longer. I mean, today's the last day. I mean, unless he wants to still dress up as an elf and they got some kind of weird thing going on afterwards. But Josh should be here for our New Year's Eve party. We're going to talk about all the stuff where we're going towards 2024, and we're just going to have some fun time. Well, I think I'm going to throw some games on there. We'll have some little games that we can play, and we'll have some great time, guys. So thank you all for being on. Thank you, JC, for being on. And like I said, rewatch this over on YouTube. We've been live all day on Instagram. So see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody.